Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 211, also known as Episode 600. This is our 600th episode together, and it's just another ordinary day. I remember the 500th episode back in March. I was so excited about that episode. It was going to put me over 600,000, and then I fell on my face and lost a fortune. So hopefully it's not like that today. Hopefully we have a nice jump today. We'll find all that out soon. This morning it is very cold, 36 degrees outside. It is early, the sun is just starting to come up, and I'm on my way to the first casino. I don't have exact numbers for you right now. I do back up my chart to a remote backup, so I'm going to pull that up, and I'm about a week behind on adding my information into it, so I will figure out whether or not I am over 700 or not. I don't think I am, but we will find out. So today is Wednesday, and normally I don't work on a Wednesday. However, I do have one meeting this morning that will occur between my first and second casino, and after that I'll be free to do whatever I want. Today we're going to be traveling to a slots-only, well, it's not a slots-only casino, but I can't really play blackjack there right now, let's just say. So we're going to be playing slots there only, and then we're going to move on to possibly 3 blackjack casinos, and then we'll figure things out from there depending on time. So, yep, here we are on our way, and I do want to say that a couple days ago when I had that issue with gaming in that state, I am working on that. It does look like I'm in the right on that. However, before going to a casino and being a big jerk about everything and forcing the issue, you have to stop and think, was I damaged in any way? And what would I receive if I pushed the issue? And I think what may happen is I may just release the audio of it and nothing else may come of it. But it may be a learning lesson for all of us. Another thing is, definitely do not trust people at the casino when they tell you, don't worry, it'll be all right. They did tell me, don't worry, just go to the cashier, I'll call them, they won't ask you for ID. And then they did, and they said, I don't know what they're talking about, we always have to. And because it's over $3,000 in this case, but they didn't tell me that. They're not allowed to tell me. But what I should have done is just cashed out a portion of it and then come back another day, like I have for almost 3 years now. I have not tried to cash out more than the amount that I know is the limit, but I don't know what got into me that day. So with all that being said, I'll probably censor my name and the city and state that I live in, because we talk about that in the audio, and then I will probably be releasing the audio. Right now I'm heading off to my first casino, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. That was a heartbreaker. It really was. I walk in, I find a single play, I play that, and I lose I think exactly $80 on it. I look around, look at some other things, don't find anything else, come back around, and I'm getting ready to leave. I find another play, and that one is a $20 a spin play, which always gets you a little nervous, right? When 100 spins is $2,000. But I start playing that one, and it just takes forever. And on the run up, it's paying me like 5%. I'm getting nothing back on my spins. And when it finally hits for $1,240, just above a W-2, and then I've got to pay all the taxes on it. And then after all that's done, I end up down $17. I go around, find a couple other small plays, and end up leaving the casino ahead $41. So after all that play, all that time, and I spent so much time on those plays that I had that meeting. Remember, I said I had one meeting today, even though I was not supposed to be working today. And I had to run to the car for that meeting, made it just in time, and that was a successful meeting. But I expected to do the meeting from another casino. So now I'm at least one casino behind here on my trip. But it's all right. We're going to move on to the next place. Temperature is getting a little bit better, 48 degrees. The sun is up now, and hopefully we do a little bit better at the next stop. So letting you go right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So I stopped at the next casino looking to play some blackjack, and I looked at slots first. Didn't really see anything. I think I made $2 before I went to play blackjack. So found a blackjack table. Again, I'm trying to go low limit right now. Just trying to make a little at a time, get my confidence back up, get things flowing again. Played the first table until conditions weren't good anymore, and left that one ahead 558. And then went to another table and played that one in a whole different area, and left that one at the end of a shoe plus 500. So altogether plus 1058 on the blackjack. And then I went back to slots. Oh, low fuel. Went back to slots and found a couple tiny plays and played those through, and ended up ahead $45. 45? Yeah, no. 55. So plus 55 on the slots, plus 1058 on the blackjack. And really not very eventful. Things went pretty smoothly. I won the hands I was supposed to win. I lost the ones I was supposed to lose. So it was actually a pretty easy couple of small sessions there. As far as slots, this place recently has been taken over by some hustlers. Hopefully they're only here for a couple months, and they move on to another spot. But it's been really hard to find any kind of plays here. So anyway, right now I am moving on to another casino. This one I haven't played much at recently, just because of some heat that I got. So we'll see how it goes. I'm probably only going to buy in for about 300 at first and see how things go. See if there's any problem before I buy in for any more if needed. So we'll see what happens with that. So right now, just continuing on to the next casino. I am going to meet a friend this afternoon. Hopefully, I'm going to stop at this casino and probably one more, which I may or may not play blackjack at. And then if the time is still good, if I still have enough time, I will meet this friend, and we're just going to chat for a few minutes and take care of some business, and then we'll be on our way. So that's where we are right now, and I'll be back after my next stop. Unbelievable, folks. I did not even get into the casino. Again, the first guy who ever asked me for ID said that I need to give him ID. He said, "Hey, did you ever give him ID?" I said, "Yeah, I gave him ID." He's like, "Who'd you give it to?" And I gave him the name of my friend who's the manager. He's like, no, you didn't. They came to your table and they asked you for ID after that, and you didn't give it to them. I said, "No, I gave it to him, but why should I keep giving it to you?" And he's like, "Because we asked you. We could ask you for it anytime you want." I said, "That's fine. I just want to know the reason why." And he's like, "They'll come talk to you." I said, "Yeah, tell them to come talk to me." So allegedly, he called someone on the radio like 5 times before they answered. And I didn't hear him say anything to him, but he said they were coming, like he was going to scare me or something. And I stood around. He's like, "She's coming." I'm like, "Okay." And she never came. I was there for like 5 minutes waiting. She never came. And I said, "Oh, I guess I'll just leave and go somewhere else." He goes, "Anyone can ask you for ID if they want to." I said, "No." I said, "Even the police can't ask me for ID without probable cause." And he's like, "Yes, they can. She used to be a cop. She knows." I said, "Good. Then I want to talk to her, and she can tell you that you're wrong." But then she never came, so I ended up just leaving. And the thing is, I don't want to keep flashing my face everywhere.
there was one of the facial recognition cameras right by there, so I thought it'd be a good idea to walk away. So I ended up going out toward the parking garage and then downstairs to the hotel and out the front door of the hotel. Now I'm walking around the parking, which I still see cameras around here, but do they really want to follow me around the whole place? I don't know. And I'm going to go back to my car and I guess get out of here. So I guess the only time I can come here is when this guy isn't here. And it's me, just think here, security guards, you know what? I think he gets off at 2 or 2:30. So that was my mistake, because based on this company, they get off at 10 or 10:30. That's when the new security comes on the floor. So I'll be more careful for next time, and we'll see what happens. But hey, I'm getting some steps in, walking around this gigantic structure here, and looking at the nice, filthy, ugly city that they created that was already not the greatest. But when they came here, they totally destroyed the city, stripped it of all its money, made the people poor, and then gave them free play so they can come back and lose more that they can't afford to lose. They try to bring them in with the free play so that they can get in the door, and then once they're in the door, they can't leave, and they try to keep playing and try to win money. But anyway, not a big deal. I'm going to continue on. There's another place not too far away, and this actually helps me time-wise. Now I got tons of time, so I'll go to the other one and see what we can do there. Their blackjack should be open by the time I get there, but we'll see if I play that one or not. Right now, not being able to play here was like, to me, it was like $200 to $300 in EV that I lost. So I hate to do that, but what are you gonna do? This is live happening right now. It's not like whatever. So I have now gone 75% of the way around this building, almost back to where I started. I'll get the elevator up to the floor where the car is, and I'll get out of here. The funny thing is, even if they got my ID, it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm not banned. There's no problem. The problem comes in later, because what they'll do is they'll say, okay, we see that you have a card on file, so we're going to start attaching your name to all your play, and then later on, when they see the amount of wins, that's when they're probably going to ban me, and at that point it'll be too late. My name will be out there, and I don't want that. So because of all that, whatever, nice little drive. At least I'm on the sunny side of the parking lot right now. All right, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to move on to the next casino and see what we can do there. And I even have free play in here. I mean, if they would just be patient enough to let the guy in and let him put his card in the machine and play his free play, they get my name easily. But they're being buttholes, and they're not going to get it that way. So whatever. They even send me free concert tickets and stuff. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I went into the next place, and I decided just to talk to one of the security guards, just to have a conversation with him and see, you know, what his thoughts are on things. And so I walked up to him and I said, hey, do I look like I'm old enough? And he's like, oh yeah, you're fine. So I started talking to him. I explained that, hey, this other place was asking me for ID, and I told him I had it in the car. You know, I'm just saying this so he doesn't think I'm suspicious, but I said I told him I don't have it with me, I have it in the car, and I don't really want to go back and get it, and they told me I had to leave, even though obviously I'm old enough to play. And he's like, yeah, once they ask you, you have to give it to them. You could talk to a manager and they can override it, but generally that's the way it works, is once they ask you, they can't unask you for it. You have to show it to them. And he was telling me about a couple from New Jersey, and how they came in and the guy had an expired license. So he couldn't get in because he had the expired license, but it's like
it was obvious that the guy was old enough, right? So they ended up calling the supervisor, and the supervisor said, go ahead and go in, but if you're going to play something with a jackpot, make sure your wife plays it, because if you win, they can't give it to you unless you have valid ID. So they let the guy in. Obviously, that's not the reason why I was being asked for it. I was being asked for it because they want to know who this guy is who's been coming in here for years, hitting us for $500 or $700 or $800 a day for almost 4 years, and we have no idea who it is. That's the reason that they were asking me. But I talked to that guy for a few minutes, and anyway, I walked in and I looked at some slots, and I found some that are actually in an okay position, just not anything that I would play, that a lot of people would play. But it's not good enough for me, and it's such a high denomination that it didn't make sense for me to play it. It would have cost me many, many, many thousands to play it for an opportunity to win some money. And so I let it go. I did send a picture to some friends of mine. I thought it would be kind of funny to show, where this was, and that I wasn't going to play it. Anyway, I ended up finding one slot machine that I played at under $1 a spin, and that was over in 5 spins. I ended that session. I had $13. No other slots had anything on them. I went to the blackjack area, and I just decided, chip in a chair, let's just play low limit and see what we can do, try to make some money. And I played for a little while, had a few ups and downs, but ended up leaving on a negative count plus 500. So another $500 there. So we're in decent shape. I feel bad that I can't play at that one casino, but I have a pretty good feeling that security leaves there at 2 or 2:30. So I'm really considering going back there maybe tomorrow or Friday. If I come this area Friday, maybe I'll go there after 3 and see if that security guard is gone or if he's there. The big thing is it takes me so long to get home from here. I like to leave the area about 3 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock, but what are you going to do? So right now I am heading out. I'm going to hopefully meet a friend and take care of some business that we have, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. So for now, letting you go, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, and I ended up stopping by a grocery store, picking up some things, and then I met with a friend, and we took care of some business, and then he's pretty much been burned from this whole area, so we decided to go to another area. I was going to this casino anyway next, and we were just going to walk in the casino together and talk and hang out a little bit. He's a little bit worried that he might be a little hot in that area too, and he may be. So what we're going to do is we're going to park his car down the street, and I'm going to pick him up. We're going to go in there together, and hopefully I don't get stopped. Hopefully he doesn't get stopped, and there's no issues, but we'll find out. So a little bit of an adventure here. We'll see if they say anything. Now, this location definitely has license plate readers. Allegedly they have facial recognition, but I don't know if they really do or not. So we're gonna find all this stuff out. Hopefully he won't have a problem. He's never been to this casino before, but one of the casinos that I was at earlier today does communicate with this one sometimes. So we'll see what happens. Right now, I've been driving for about an hour and got a little bit more to go here before I get to the meeting spot, and then we'll take it one step at a time. So I am going to have about 45 minutes here that I can do whatever and still make it to this meeting I need to go to tonight. There's something going on in my area, and there's a meeting about it basically, and I need to be there. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you, let you know what's happened. Alright guys, I am back. So we ended up meeting up in a neighborhood
He left his car there, and then I took him to the casino, and we walked in. As soon as we walked in, there was a girl getting her ID checked, and then he turned over his ID right away, and I was so worried that we were going to get stopped right there. We walked in kind of separately, but they scanned it, no problem, and they let him go, so that was nice. And then we walked around and talked, and we played some machines and stuff like that. And I think he did okay. I don't know exactly where he ended up, but I ended up ahead $448, so I was definitely pleased about that. And we just we had a good time. We had something to eat, and we talked, and you know, he's been, he doesn't mind me saying so, he's been on a big long tour all over the country, and he's been sleeping in his car. So right now he was kind of not able to play in the area that he was, and now he might have at least one casino he can play at temporarily. So that's all good. So he was happy, I was happy. It's good to have somebody to talk to every once in a while. So yeah, so it turned out to be a decent day. I don't know where I am. I think I'm up a couple thousand, maybe 2,200, something like that. But right now I am heading off to Wendy's. Now, I think I just said that I just ate, so why am I going to Wendy's? I'm going to Wendy's because a while back, if you will recall, on, what was the date? August 23rd, I went to Wendy's, and I used the coupon, and they screwed me on the coupon, and they ended up charging me too much. It was like $12 instead of $6, and then they didn't give me my food, and they charged my card, and I complained, and they were going to send me $15 back on my card, and they didn't. And I called back about a week or two ago, and I talked to the district manager of the Wendy's. You know what? I'm driving anyway. Who cares? I'm not wasting any time. I called the district manager of that Wendy's, and she said, come into my store anytime you want, and we'll have $15 waiting for you. So right now, this place is only a couple miles away from my current position, so I am going to swing by there and pick up the free $15, or really it's my money, but pick up that money, and then I'm going to continue on my trip. I will try to update my totals for the day, and then I will download my worksheet from my backup of my computer and add the week or so that I haven't updated lately, and then I'll come back and let you know how we're doing overall. You know, the goal hopefully would be 700, but I think I'm shy of that. So let me do that, and I'll come back and update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. I went into that Wendy's, and I told him, hey, I'm supposed to pick this up. The district manager told me to. And he's like, yeah, she's over there. And he went over there, and he talked to her, and she turned around, and she said, hey, Joe, how you doing? You know, and they gave me the $15, and I was out of there. So right now, let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? Well, today, this morning, this afternoon, I had a salad, and the rating on the salad keeps going down. So I would say it's a 9 or an 8 on a scale of 2 through ace, because I'm sick of salads. And I also had some chicken strip type things with no fries, and those were okay. I would say those were about a 9 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? And I'm going to surprise you today. I actually did tip on the slots, because I got that W2. I gave her $10, and I actually did tip at the tables as well, and I went big time this time. I went $5, so I tipped $5 on the tables, $10 on the slots, for a total of $15, which is more than I've tipped in about 2 weeks combined, because it's not necessary. And there you go. You know, that's, you know, what are you going to do? You got to tip sometime, I guess, especially when you get a W2. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So, you know what? I didn't actually add up just today by itself. I did look at my spreadsheet, and I figured out how I'm doing overall. Let me do today really quick. That's 6, 11, 50, 16, 50,
17, 21. Looks like around 2100 today. So it's pretty decent. It turns out I hadn't updated my spreadsheet since September 26th. I thought maybe that was a mistake. But as I looked in my notes on my phone, they were still there, which once I put something in my spreadsheet, I take it off my phone, so it would be in the trash or it would be gone, and it was still on my phone. So I really have not updated my spreadsheet at home in a very long time. September 26th, I was at 681, and I thought for sure that means I've got it, but I do not have it. I'm at 689. 690, 763. So both times, the 500th episode, I thought I was going to be there. I wasn't. And the 600th episode, I wasn't. But still picked up about 100 for that last 100 episodes. So that's pretty good. I'm going to continue to work hard. We're going to try to make our variants a little bit smaller and just continue to do what we're doing, make it in smaller chunks, meaning that instead of playing for 45 minutes at $50 or $100, we might play an hour and a half at 25 or 50 per hand. That makes me a little bit more comfortable right now. All my stats say I'm doing the right thing, but I want to continue to do things this way for a while. And I'm thinking maybe what I'll do if I do want to go back to 100 is have about 10 in chips and then 10 in cash. That way I can continue to spread, continue to play, and I don't have to be worried about only having 100 units to play with. So that might be in the future, but for now we're going to try to keep it a little bit lower. So I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I feel like the last couple months have not been great, which that's the truth, and I've had some big hits, that's the truth. But we did make almost one buy-in, what I consider a buy-in, which would be CTR level, in the last 3 weeks. So that's okay. It's less than what we wanted to make, but at least we're moving in the right direction. So not going to complain, just going to continue to do what we're doing and continue to grind. So let you go right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So nothing fancy for this episode, not a bunch of statistics or anything like that. I just don't feel like the last 100 episodes were worthy of statistics and celebration and things like that. But the next 100 is coming right up. So, we just want to continue to work hard and do all the right things. And hopefully our AV is always surpassing our EV, and we'll see what happens. So it'll probably be, let me think, where are we? Middle of October, November, December. It'll be a while, probably March, before we hit 700th episode, and hopefully by then things have turned around and gotten better. I don't want to jinx anything, but generally beginning of the year is really good for me, and then things kind of level off around June, July, which is what happened this year as well. So maybe next year I take a whole month off in June or July, we'll see. So for now, I'm going to let you go. 54 degrees, heading home. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.